All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow. I go on, Eddie. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Mahomes now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
I don't need to. Oh, Eddie.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Like 80!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Coming to you.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, 29 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
On second down now, it's Conner. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now Ben on third and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
And that's the big fella's M.O. right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 3, check 3.
Alert, alert.
Mike's 50.
Alert, alert.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Black and green.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
All right, now. 180.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's brought in by Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Like 80. I
don't even know why this team showed up.
On first down, it's Samuels. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Mike. 180.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Jack 16. Black.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he finds McDonald. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Yeah, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set. Like 80. Alert, alert.
Get him, get him. Tighten up, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 16. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 56 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes, his throw caught right around the 6. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him, because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult, because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First down, Kansas City.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. And again, it's Mahomes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. Black 20.
53, Mike. It's a party now.
Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Vance McDonald.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Bravo.
50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's get this.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set a tone.
Hey, alert. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, Alpha.
They let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. It's just me.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come on. He's checking. Crash.
80 weapon.
They'll run again now with Darkwan. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Check.
Get it.
Now Henny. Got an open man. It's Pringle. 27 yards there. A 1st down.
A gain of 27 on the play. And their 1st down, Chiefs.
Here we
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught at the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now Hyde trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
They try again with Hyde. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Allen. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just. Shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Henning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Henny now, 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Hyde. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside. to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Henny throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Switzer. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On the run, Darquan. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Darquan. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fielded just inside the 30. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Ready? 70, Indy. 54. Hey, come on out here. Come get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, a give to Hyde. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
Kansas City.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 2nd and 9, Henning. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They toss it to Thompson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy anymore.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 59.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check right, check right.
They'll run with Darquan. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill.
61, matchbox lights. Get it.
From just shy of midfield, Rudolph. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go, go.
Rudolph looking to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
3 down, 3 down.
Here we go on fourth. Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hyde. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 28-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. To throw on 2nd and 6. Penny. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
3rd down, Carlos Hyde. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Whistles in a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Rudolph. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, V, let's go. Hey, let's get this. Get it.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Rudolph loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long. It's Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken around the 12. Spins past him, and he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the double.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Trick pass, trick pass.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Let's get it.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.